Here's your wrestling news for November 9th, 2022, and we're kicking off today with SmackDown, as Bray Wyatt has been one of the most featured stars on the Blue brand since returning to WWE. It was a few weeks back that Wyatt was confronted by the Uncle Howdy character, a dark persona who has been taunting him, but he will soon be confronted by a name from his past. According to sources within WWE, there has been a lot of talk about bringing Alexa Bliss into Wyatt's storyline, something that has only been teased in recent weeks. The problem, however, is that WWE has two very different ideas being pitched, and the first would see Bliss taunt Wyatt as part of the Uncle Howdy feud. Sources did add that it may not be Bliss herself, but at least a vision of Bliss created by Uncle Howdy, adding that the real Bliss would still be on Raw and feuding with Damage Control as a face. The other idea is that Bliss could simply apologize to Wyatt for betraying him last year, as it was the goddess who cost him his WrestleMania 37 match with Randy Orton. Wyatt hasn't competed since that match, and there has been a push by some in WWE for the apology in order for both Bliss and Bray to move on to other things. Bray has been a fixture of WWE programming for over a month now, and WWE has a lot of big plans for him, and it remains to be seen where the character goes next after being confronted by Uncle Howdy. During this week's Raw, Austin Theory became the newest member of a club nobody wants to join, as he became the 7th briefcase holder to fail to win the title. Theory joins the likes of Mr. Kennedy, John Cena, Damian Sandow, Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, and Otis, but things aren't all doom and gloom for the cocky heel. When Ringside News asked about Theory's failed cash-in, WWE sources said that contrary to what some fans believe, there is no heat backstage on the now ex-briefcase holder. On the contrary, it said that Theory's loss caused excitement from the producers, who are looking forward to what's coming for the young superstar. Theory is now in a program with Seth Rollins, who is slowly becoming Raw's top babyface, and with Bobby Lashley involved, those backstage are excited for what's coming next. One source said that Theory is better off today than he has been since Vince McMahon retired, so while he won't be becoming world champion just yet, the future remains bright for Austin Theory. We are looking ahead to WrestleMania 39 now, and while the show is still 5 months away, there's been a lot of discussions about the two biggest nights of 2023. It's been rumored that either The Rock or Cody Rhodes will challenge Roman Reigns next April, but now a huge superstar's involvement with the show has seemingly been confirmed. In images shared online, a WWE production truck can be seen promoting WrestleMania 39, and while it has expected names like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Seth Rollins, the standout name is Brock Lesnar. It's not too much of a surprise that Lesnar is on the truck, as he was featured in promotional art for WrestleMania 39 earlier this summer. The truck is a great indicator that the Beast will compete at WrestleMania, and many predict he'll have a rubber match with Bobby Lashley. After defeating the Almighty under controversial circumstances at Crown Jewel, Lashley attacked Lesnar post-match, and fans can expect the long-awaited rematch between the two next April at WrestleMania. One name who's feuded with both Lesnar and Lashley in the past is John Cena, whose appearances for the company have become rarer as his Hollywood career continues to grow. Cena's commitments to his various film roles kept him away from both WrestleMania 37 and WrestleMania 38, but that won't be the case next year. As WrestleVotes revealed, Cena is not only expected to be back for WrestleMania 39, but will also be wrestling on the show. It certainly makes sense that Cena will be wrestling at next April's event, as it'll be in Los Angeles, and WrestleVotes added that if John wants to be the next Rock, then he should compete in Hollywood. At this time, there's no word on who WWE has lined up for Big Match John, although Austin Theory said earlier this year that he's confident he'll be facing the 16-time WWE World Champion next year. It was only a few months ago that a Cena-Theory feud was teased, but it didn't go anywhere. But do you want to see Cena vs. Theory at WrestleMania? Or should someone else face Big Match John? Let us know in the comments below. For years, WWE has often been criticized by wrestling fans for being too safe, with many blaming the company's PG rating on TV. While WWE is against being too violent and using blood unless under exceptional circumstances, the company has hosted plenty of dangerous matches, including Hell in a Cell, the Elimination Chamber, and the Inferno match. One match that we've never seen in WWE is an exploding barbed wire death match, but as Court Bauer recalled on the Insiders podcast, he nearly made that happen in 2006 during his tenure with the company. I wanted to do a death match, an exploding death match in WWE. They were trying different things at the time. There's a time when it was like, let's try and rewatch ECW, let's try different stuff. So I showed Vince and O'Night a death match, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. Immediately, the plan ran into problems, as when the idea was passed to then WWE head writer Alex Greenfield, he tried to reach Kevin Dunn, who proved to be unresponsive to messages. Bauer added that with weeks to go before the match was going to be announced, the team fully got their first look at the deathmatch structure, which failed to impress. About 14 days out, we finally see the first photos of this thing being built. And it's like, oh, that's not an exploding death match. It was supposed to be Undertaker in one of these things, I think. And it turns out, it's what you would see as this thing out of Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom or something. As if Dunn not answering calls and the structure not living up to the hype wasn't bad enough, the show the match was going to debut on, The Great American Bash, saw several superstars pulled over elevated liver enzymes, a common side effect of steroid usage. The Great Khali, who was going to be in the death match, was one name pulled from the show, and instead The Undertaker would face the Big Show in what would be the first Punjabi prison match. This match also failed to impress fans, and many questioned how dangerous the bamboo cage would be, given that a panda could eat their way out, and in the years since, WWE has wisely kept away from the idea of a death match. Back to the present, as Cedric Alexander has been with WWE for some time now, and now the former Raw Tag Team Champion has a new name. On Raw, Alexander's name graphic included the term Prime, and commentary even told fans that it's Prime Time, so we'll get to see how Prime does with his new nickname in WWE. This week's Raw also saw Nikki Cross capture the 24/7 championship, but her actions after the title win took fans by surprise. Walking backstage with Damage Control, Cross threw, or at least attempted to throw, the title in the trash, and many have suspected this is the last we'll see of the 24/7 championship. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said that this was indeed the case, and that makes Cross the final 24/7 champion. Given how little the title has been featured since July, many predicted that Triple H was planning to do away with the 24/7 gold, and now we can confirm that this is indeed the case. The 24/7 championship is seemingly a thing of the past, but that's not all WWE assigned to the history books during this week's Raw. During this week's Raw, Seth Rollins issued an open challenge, which was seemingly going to be answered by Mustafa Ali before Bobby Lashley interfered. After being destroyed by the Almighty, Rollins had to go up against Austin Theory, but one name who didn't confront the Architect is Matt Riddle. On his show, Meltzer explained that WWE have decided that the Rollins vs. Riddle feud has been dropped, and the two won't be feuding going forward. Instead, the expected plan is for Rollins to feud with Lashley over the US title, but speculated that a four-way feud between those two, Theory and Ali, could also happen. With Rollins slowly transitioning into a babyface role, these are interesting times for the reigning US champion, but don't expect a rematch with Riddle anytime soon. In February, UFC legend and brief WWE superstar Cain Velasquez was arrested after allegedly shooting Harry Galarte. Velasquez shot the stepfather of the man he attempted to shoot, as it was the stepson who was accused of inappropriate conduct with a member of Velasquez's family, and there is an update in the case. After being denied bail multiple times, Judge Arthur Bocanegra granted Velasquez a $1 million bail this week and cited Cain's non-existent criminal history as a reason. In a warning to the fighter, the judge said that he is trusting Velasquez not to do anything that could cause Cain to lose access to his son or daughter, and hopes he isn't proven wrong. As part of his bail conditions, Velasquez must wear GPS tracking and must also comply with a protective order that keeps him 300 yards away from the man he shot and his family. On Twitter, many reacted in support of Velasquez, but not everyone did, as some questioned whether it's right to grant bail to someone who went on a high-speed car chase and fired a gun near a school. Whatever you think of Cain's actions, Velasquez is a free man, at least for the time being, and we'll keep following his case for further details. Over to AEW next, as Daivari has been working as the leader of the Trust Busters, who have been pushed despite the grievances of fans. The group consists of Daivari, Slim J, Parker Boudreaux, Sonny Kiss, and Jeeves K, and debuted on AEW Dark before moving to ROH, and finally to AEW TV. Speaking on the AEW Unrestricted podcast, Daivari discussed his group and how things were nearly much different for him. On a few episodes of AEW Dark, I was wrestling with another guy named Invictus Kash. Very good wrestler. He's a fellow Persian man just like me. We kind of got put together randomly as a tag team, and we were doing a couple of darks together and it was going great. Daivari added that despite what he thought was a successful team, Tony Khan didn't think it was working with Kash and spoke to the X205 Live star about a new stable. Tony shows up later and I kind of talk to him a little bit, and he just lays this whole idea on the line for me of the Trust Busters and Parker Boudreaux, and he has ideas for other members, which turned out to be Sonny Kiss and BSK, and it all just kind of happened one day. In addition to his on-screen work, Daivari has been helping with the production of matches behind the scenes, as he's proving to be a versatile name for Tony Khan. And we're ending today with Omos, who is known as the Nigerian Giant, but has spent much of his life in the US. Before coming to WWE, Omos had a thriving college basketball career, but the former Raw Tag Team Champion has now had a long overdue family reunion. As TMZ caught on camera this week, Omos was in Africa this week and was able to see his family for the first time in 14 years. As you can imagine, the reunion was an emotional moment, as Omos's family had not been told that the Giant would be visiting. Omos impressed WWE's higher-ups with his match at Crown Jewel, and the belief is he's improving each time he's in the ring, so things are looking promising for the Nigerian Giant. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.